Hey there, my fellow seekers of wisdom. I am Kristen Joy Litan Marvelia, a grade 12 general academic student, and today we're going to dive deep into the captivating world of philosophy. Let us discover more about a female philosopher, Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft is an English writer and intellect who advocated for women's equality within society. As an ardent feminist, she believed both men and women should be treated as equal beings with a social mandate. Mary was born on April 27, 1759, in Spitalfields, London. She died on September 10, 1797. Mary's own life was full of ups and downs and ended in disaster. She met an American explorer in Paris in 1792 while celebrating the French Revolution, and their liberal and marriage escapades together resulted in her first daughter. She married William Godwin, the prominent British anarchist, a few years later. They married right away, with her feminist view of marriage as the basis of female subjugation and his anarchic perspective of marriage as exactly this type of shackling social norm that needed to be eradicated. Mary died of septicemia just 10 days after giving birth to her daughter. Mary Wollstonecraft was a revolutionary in the respect that she wanted to close the gap between humanity's current state and ultimate perfection. She was a true child of the French Revolution, anticipating a new era of reason and charity. Mary took up the mission of assisting women in achieving a better life for themselves, their children, and their spouses. Here are Mary's major works: Elements of Morality, year 1790. A Vindication of Rights of Men, year 1790. A Vindication of Rights of Women, year 1792. An Historical and Moral View of the Origin and Progress of the French Revolution, year 1794. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's best-known book is Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, year 1818. She wrote several other novels, including Valperga, year 1823, The Last Man, year 1826, The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck, year 1830, Lodore, year 1835, and Faulkner, year 1837, and a travel book, History of 6 Weeks Tours, year 1870. In her best-known publication, A Vindication of Rights of Women is considered the first great feminist treatise. In it, she argued that women deserve the same fundamental rights as men and should have an education commensurate with their position in society. Wollstonecraft is best known for A Vindication of Rights of Women, year 1792, in which she argues that women are not naturally inferior to men, but appear to be only because they lack education. She suggested that both men and women should be treated as rational beings and imagines a social order founded on reason. A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, with strictures on political and moral subjects, in year 1792. Written by British philosopher and women's rights advocate Mary Wollstonecraft in years 1759 to 1797, is one of the most earliest work of feminist philosophy. In it, Wollstonecraft responds to those educational and political theories of the 18th century who did not believe women should receive a rational education. She argues that women ought to have an education commensurate with their position in society, claiming that women are essential to the nation because they educate its children and because they could be companions to their husbands rather than mere wives. Instead of viewing women as ornaments to society or property to be traded in marriage, Wollstonecraft maintains that they are human beings deserving of the same fundamental rights as men. Wollstonecraft maintains that they are human beings deserving to the same fundamental rights as men. Wollstonecraft was prompted to write The Rights of Women after reading Charles Morris de Talleyrand Perigord's in year 1791 report to the French National Assembly, which stated that women should only receive domestic education. From her reaction to this specific event, she launched a broad attack against double standards, indicting men for encouraging women to indulge in excessive emotion. Wollstonecraft hurried to complete the work in direct response to ongoing events. She intended to write a more thoughtful second volume but died before completing it. While Wollstonecraft does call for equality between the sexes in particular areas of life, especially morality, she does not explicitly state that men and women are equal. Her ambiguous statements regarding the equality of the sexes have made it difficult to classify Wollstonecraft as a modern feminist. The word itself did not emerge until decades after her death. Although it is commonly assumed that the rights of women was unfavorably received, this is a modern misconception based on the belief that Wollstonecraft was as revealed during her lifetime as she became after the publication of William Godwin's Memoirs of the Author of a Vindication of the Rights of Women in year 1798. The Rights of Women was generally received well when it was first published in year 1792. Biographer Emily W. Sunstein called it perhaps the most original book of Wollstonecraft's century. Wollstonecraft's work had significant impact on advocates for women's rights in the 19th century, particularly the 1848 Seneca Falls Convention, which produced the Declaration of Sentiments laying out the aims of the women's suffrage movement in the United States. As our vlog journey through the corridors of philosophy comes to a close, we've touched upon the profound wisdom of the great thinkers. Remember, in the pursuit of knowledge, we don't just seek answers, but revel in the questions that lead us to the deeper understanding. Once again, this is Christine Joy Litan Marvilla, a grade 12 general academic student. Join me next time as we continue to explore the vast landscape of the human intellect. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep pondering the wonders of existence.